good, everyone? Welcome to the Diversified Gentlemen. Today is the first episode where we're doing it together on location in the DG headquarters in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, baby.
And we are fortunate enough to have 5 Diversified Gentlemen with us. And from there, we're going to start with the intro.
All right, how everybody doing? Martinez Walthall. I'm a active duty tech sergeant in the United States Air Force. Outside of that, I'm also a photographer here based out of Tampa, Florida. I shoot glamour, fashion, events, and pretty much anything else that you could challenge me with. I'm also known as a
give him that IG page.
I'm also known as a power networker.
The power broker.
I'm a strong arm networker. I'll make you give me your contact info. But makingshop.com is where you can reach me.
All right, I'm Corey Hodge. Retired Air Force, just retired in 2019. Stayed here in Tampa and became a realtor with Keller Williams Realty.
I am Kim Hamilton, owner of Off the Hook Mobile Cigar Lounge and Cigar Company here in Tampa. Just moved here in August. You can catch us at www.offtehhookcigars.com. That's OFFDAHOOK. And you can find us at IG and Facebook at Off the Hook Cigar Co.
I'm out here visiting active duty military. I'm an air traffic controller by trade, and got about less than 3 years to go. And I'm ready to go.
I'll jump in. All right, so my name's Lord Snooty. That's Lord Snooty, 33. You can check me out on Instagram. I do have a podcast. But like I say, just come find me and we can talk on the back end. That's all I got.
All right,
Nice.
Appreciate you, brothers. So, the way we came up with this podcast is just having this array of different conversations and debates on our group chat in regards to sports, traveling, investing, and kind of barbershop talk. And we started to center it around investing and financial literacy, entrepreneurship. To the fact where we was like, we need to get this out, to the masses and educate our people. So we definitely find it a blessing for all y'all to be here because y'all got unique stories and doing big things. We got a lot of military in here because the 3 of us are military, and more importantly, you guys took those skills and built on it, right? And we just want, to share those stories, inspire, have some, healthy conversation, and then to see where it goes organically. So first and foremost, we appreciate you guys, and yeah, man, let's talk. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I know one thing I got. Everybody's paints us in a certain box. We got to act and talk a certain way. Black man got to do certain things. But in this room here, we do a lot of different things. So I'm curious about everybody. How'd you get to where your passion became your passion? Like you do photography. You didn't wake up one day and say, I want to do photography. So what kind of drove you to do that?
So me and Lord Snooty actually went to art school growing up. Started in
Second grade. Talking about that, man. Yes. I learned Japanese in 2nd grade.
How could that not?
Come on, yeah. Okay. Remember all that. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, so we started there. So we did all the arts, and then every dance, drama, Japanese, anything, did everything.
I hated
it. I was always very talented in the art world, so I used to draw and paint. And once I got older, to draw and paint, I needed money. The quickest way to make money in the art world was photography, because it takes hours and weeks to do a painting, but I can go and do a 30-minute shoot and make just as much. So that was what started it. And then once I got my skill, I started my company in 2009, Making Shots. I got better. As I got better, I kind of fell in love with the art of it, of photography strictly. I haven't touched a paintbrush in years.
Let's go back to y'all childhood though. This Japanese thing.
Yeah.
Is that
I
who
don't quite
taught you
remember
that?
it as good as him.
Oh yeah, I remember everything from back
Really?
then. Man. We always.
Yeah, he
talk
always
about that.
challenged me.
I bring up stuff, you know, and be like, but you remember this? Like kinda, but I don't know, man. Like so, it's just a gift I got, man. I can remember. Second grade was Miss Turner, but she left, and then we had another teacher. Third grade was Miss
You a
Wilson.
damn savant, bro. Hell, man, you a savant, bro.
Fifth grade was Miss Pittman. Like, I
Raymond.
can remember stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
That's
Third grade
great.
school, I laid that out. I was
That's
gonna kill him with
crazy.
that. I knew I was gonna kill him with that one.
That's great.
So fresh.
So Carter and I, we actually met in Japan.
Yeah.
We were
Word.
stationed there. Yeah, that was my
We lived
first
there.
base.
3
No,
years.
Wow.
What was that, your third base?
What's the base called?
Third base.
Yokota.
Okinawa.
So we were in
I'm
Yokota.
not from the military.
Yeah,
but I
so-
know a guy. Only because y'all breaking this up. I know a guy. His name is called Neely Fuller Jr. And he wrote a book when he was in Okinawa. He was stationed over there, and he was seeing,
The brother?
a black man.
Okay.
He's a black man. Yeah, definitely. Older guy, older gentleman. He wrote this book probably in the 70s. But all I'm saying is that's how I know about that place because he was stationed over there and he had so much idle time.
Yeah.
And he was worried about a lot of situations that was going on in the U.S. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a book and I'm gonna try to give some solutions to some problems.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason I know about that place. So
That's
I
dope.
just want to share that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's dope.
I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, Japan one of those hidden gems.
I want to see it, man. I want to see
Beautiful
it, bro.
country,
Did not
man.
want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was young. I got there when I was 18, so I really didn't like move the way he did.
Yeah.
You know, I just got fresh out of high school, so I'm like, shit.
How do they treat you as a black man in Japan?
like a
Like
king,
royalty.
like a king.
They know.
They
They know what we don't know.
Yeah.
The original
Facts.
Japanese, I don't want to go there, but
Go
just check
there.
the
Go
history.
there.
Just look at the history though.
Go
the
there,
original
man.
the original Japanese were like they say Asiatic, black people. They know that. So when they see you, they treat you with a certain kind of reverence. I ain't saying that you God, but it's just like they know their history. We don't know our history, so when we go to a foreign place like that, they're like, "Oh, black man," you know. But really, yeah, we know, you know. You
So
know?
that's a great point. And when we spoke about this before in previous podcasts, when you see different cultures and you go to different places, it gives you perspective. Because you know when you are in America, or let's just say just in your city, and you don't leave your city or you don't leave your side of the town, and there's some people in Chicago that don't even leave their block. That's all they know.
New York, they borough.
Yeah.
New York. He from New York.
I never crossed that bridge. You know, like why? I got
And that's how far your mind goes. You know what I'm saying? That's how. Then when you see the world and you get to, we all met in Germany.
Yeah.
So
All
you get to
four of
Germany
us,
and
man.
everyone's telling the Nazis are out there and blah blah blah. And we in Germany looking like
Love you.
all the people getting killed, traffic stops with unarmed black people, and we like. Maybe we need to stay overseas.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to go back to the States.
You ain't got to worry about that out
It
there.
just gives
At
you
all.
perspective. And granted, nowhere is perfect, but it just gives you a different perspective on things you didn't even know was possible. Then it makes you internally look into yourself and your own situation. And I think it's very important for our people to expand and not just be black people only eat soul food and green. Hey, try some other stuff.
Right.
Now you get. For instance, now you know a little about Japanese culture. I need to go visit Japan. You know what I'm saying? It makes you want to, gives you that urge to leave.
Yeah, so speaking of broadening your horizons, that happened to me when my first time over in Korea. I was, because I grew up in Kentucky. So I still had that Kentucky mindset, black people over here, white people on this side of the road tracks. So I'm in Korea, and I'm down in what's called Busan now, but then it's called Busan.
Yeah.
We stayed on Camp Hialeah, and it was an army base, and we're in the middle of the city of 3 million people. So I walked off base by myself, no signs in English. And I'm just, again, Kentucky mentality, man, all these fucking foreigners, I can't read signs, and I'm just getting pissed. And then right when I said that, I was like, wait a minute. I'm a foreigner.
Exactly.
I almost wrong right now.
Exactly.
That's America.
For real. That's the that's our ego. That's that American ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to break out of that.
And
Like
they don't like us.
they don't like. Yeah, man. I mean, I was in Korea. I lived in Korea. I was in Osan, so I know. Like,
This north or south? Which one?
Oh, that's
South.
south. Definitely not
South.
south.
Definitely not north.
yeah, South.
Okay.
You ain't going to the north. You
We
go to the
there-
north, your
we
ass
there
ain't making it
because
out.
Unless you
Camp
ride there.
Casey,
Yeah,
Humphreys.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Osan,
Oh.
Kunsan,
Okay.
Youngsan, yes,
None
but
of that. Okay.
yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, man, you know, when they go overseas for the first time, being, you know, coming from their city, their borough, whatever, you gotta turn that American ego off, man, because you're now in their country. You're a visitor in their country. Granted, you're an American ambassador because you're representing the you know, America, but you're in their country.
Hey, break their laws. You find out real quick. What
Real quick.
That lawyer stuff, go out that one call, go out the window.
Go.
Yeah.
I got rights. No, not here, please.
You have no rights here.
And you know what's even crazier? Like America, we pride ourselves of being the greatest country.
Bro, I was
You
just
taught
about,
that
I
from
was
birth.
just
But
about,
you know what's crazy? You go to Europe, and there's 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds that know 4 or 5 languages
easy,
fluently.
easy.
And you like, I'm still learning English.
Yeah, I
They
can
know
barely speak English. Right.
Italian, German, French,
Yep.
Spanish.
It's nothing for them to know 2 or 3 languages, bro.
Killing
They are
it.
killing it.
Can I say something to that? Because I know we talking globally, but I just perspective. So when just have patience with people. Have patience with yourself. So when you have foreigners in this land, right? In America, we all live here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have foreigners who come to this place and they may know broken English, but it's English enough to where you can understand it. Have patience with them people. And I'm gonna say this. They know 2 languages.
Yes.
They know their language fluently and yours. Bitch, you don't know theirs. Who's
Not
smarter?
one word.
You gotta
Not
walk
one
around
word
with
in
you.
there.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So like, be patient with them people. That's all. Cause I see this all the time where like we don't have no patience with somebody who can't speak English, but you kind of understand what they're saying.
You know what they want.
Yeah.
If
You know
you're
what they
patient
want.
and listen,
Yeah, you know
break
what
it
they want.
down. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But I just see that a lot. I'm not saying we do that, but I see that a lot. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
So I remember I was a little young specialist, a little hothead over in Germany, and not take it back. I'm sorry, Korea, and I get pissed off at my commander. So me as the hothead, you know, bump you. I'm leaving. I got on the train. I just left camp.
That's in the moment. That's in the moment.
Got on the train.
Just gone.
And just left.
You was mad.
And I'm like,
You was real
okay,
mad.
I don't have no cue cards. I don't have nothing. I'm out here all by myself.
What'd you do?
That's when I met Michael Strahan's father.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I see this big guy, you know, and I'm like, you know, I get down on my knees and just say like, thank you. I'm here, I'm there, I need to get back to the base. And he says, well, I got some shopping to do, and if you come with me, I'll take you back.
What was he doing out there?
He was living over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he was living over there.
Crazy.
And that's when he'd come telling me who he was, and I was like, okay, that's cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Just take me back to base.
So initially, you just saw a black guy.
Yeah, I just saw a black guy.
Didn't know it was
I
Michael
just
Strahan.
didn't know it from nothing. I just went straight to
like a
him.
safety
I wanna
grab.
get back. Yes, I want to get back.
Yeah.
I want to get back on this train and get back to base.
Yeah.
You know.
Come to find out, it was Michael Strahan's dad.
Yeah, come find out, and that was
fucking
it was
crazy.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
man,
crazy.
for real.
It was pretty cool. But and that stopped my hotheadedness.
Yeah.
You know.
What were you gonna say, Jay?
Nah, it's put things in perspective.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, man. It's like,
You know, and like you say, they come over here and we make fun and we poke fun at their broken language. They're broken.
But they broken language.
But yeah,
five
they know they're
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
one impartial about.
Right.
Like, we got to walk around with cue cards,
Yeah.
you know.
Of course.
And then you got to
Google
talk. Now
Translate.
you trying to talk English, like I need to go.
Yeah, right.
Right.
The
Where's the train
train.
station?
Thinking that if I sound like them, they'll understand.
Bro, he said if you can, you speak slower English, maybe you'll understand me.
Oh, he said it's slower now. I
And
understand.
they'll say,
Yo, that shit is so funny, man.
That's us, man. But we conditioned that way. That ain't even our fault, man.
Nah.
Like,
It's
American
we're born
arrogance.
as Americans, and we are taught we are the greatest around the world. Which, I mean, hey, you can believe that if you want to, but just travel and see.
But let's talk about that though. Are we the greatest?
Are we the okay? I
Not
would have to see when you ask me that question. Now we get into words. So what do you mean when you say the greatest?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Everybody in
categories.
this room is gonna have a different level or a different standard for what great is.
So from Reese's perspective, you know, being to probably 24 countries, I would say that, and it's maybe because, you know, me being comfortable here and what's the word I'm looking for? America's so
Convenient.
convenient. There you go. I wouldn't want to live and like settle anywhere else. I'm not sure if that makes it the greatest, but I will say it's the most convenient as far as, you know, moving. For instance, when you go to most countries, right, when you get something to eat, it's a portion just to make you full and you keep it moving. America gives you more than enough, so you're full and you just want to sit down and be lazy. You know,
Why do you think we look the way we look in
Why-
other different
yeah.
countries?
Wi-Fi everywhere,
Yeah.
a million
Come on,
cable
man.
channels,
But
grocery stores everywhere.
I don't. Okay, so you're right. But I would say one country that kind of emulates us, not emulates us in that sense, but it's pretty close. I would say Germany's pretty close. Like it's pretty
Europe,
damn
yeah.
convenient
Turkey
to live.
Germany where? What part of Germany?
Still on Sundays. Not convenient.
Germany where?
You live in Frankfurt.
What happens on Sunday?
So for
Everything's
what-
shut down.
what-
Everything's shut
yeah,
down.
like
Okay.
Oh yeah,
It's like
it's
a-
shut down.
like federal law.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shut
you
down.
can't.
Religion.
I think so. That's,
No, just they just
well, I think
They take a day off.
It derives from it, right? So, like you can't.
Bravo.
If you mow your,
That's healthy.
if you mow your lawn, you get a ticket. If you wash your car, you get a ticket.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
They
like
care about the
a
people, it sounds
complete
like.
rest day,
That's
like a
nice.
complete rest day.
I bet they actually
'Cause-
make them take vacation.
Yeah, because in Italy,
It's mandatory,
because what
right?
is it? In Italy,
Because
it's
it's healthy
like
for
every
people.
2 hours, right? Or
So they have a
2 hour
they
block.
have 2 hour lunches. It's called siesta.
Siesta, that's what it is.
So people like
Yeah.
low,
When you eat, don't you need your food to digest?
they shut.
They
down.
shut down.
Healthy.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
shut
they
down.
shut down.
I've never been to this place, but what you're saying
Italy,
makes sense to
Italy,
me.
Italy.
Put your recycle.
They may do it in
on
Spain too. They may do that in Spain.
That's my first 10 pounds. I ate.
Put your
Okay,
recycle.
so
on.
Yes.
yeah.
I didn't know
And
what
it-
was going on.
really?
Yeah.
They
They do that in
It was
Italy.
very clean over there.
Yeah.
They
Like, I'm trying to
have a
eat.
standard.
Bro, everything closed.
No.
Yeah.
But I think in America,
What do you
man,
give up?
I
You
think
gotta give up
the
something.
reason why America's not like that is because we're a capitalist country.
So are they.
And I don't think to that degree.
You don't
I-
think
I-
you don't think
No.
Europe
Now,
is a capitalist?
Not-
I
not
think
Germany.
America
Not Germany.
pushes you till break.
Yes.
Not-
Right.
not
Yes.
Germany.
They work you till you
Yeah, they
get
overwork
worked
us.
out here, man.
They
In
want you to
Germany, I mean, just take the Sunday for example. You get that, you know what I mean? It's
That's
kind of a down day.
mandatory.
Yeah.
Italy, you
We
got
need
the siesta stuff, and you just think about it. You're like, man, we working
2 hour
around the
lunch.
clock all the time, and
See, then you look on the flip side, Asia, Korea, Japan, they work them to the bone. Like, we got crazy hours, 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours. They work crazy hours. Their school is like crazy.
It's
in
almost
Korea.
like 24, not 24 hours.
Like they so yeah, it's one is year
They go
it's year
12
round.
12 months a year.
Yeah.
They don't have breaks.
It's year round.
Yeah.
They go to school during the day. They go home for a break, and then they go back to school at night. I know
But
in
you-
Korea they do.
But you know what? That may be strategic because as far as where China was 40 years from ago
To
where
where
they
it is
are
now?
now,
Night and day.
If,
You
if
know
y'all
what they
don't
teach
think,
them?
if y'all don't
Night
think,
and day.
if y'all don't think China could come and do some damage and just squash us for a
It
little
could,
bit,
but we could do the same. That's what stops them from doing. That's what stops us from doing.
It was the end of the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's one of those, swole dudes.
I know
like,
you got it, but I got it too. So what's up?
It's like, back in the day, like the top heavyweight going against the top, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? I know I can knock you out, but if I miss and you catch
Thank
me,
you. The risk.
Yo, so
does
I'm
not weigh
What was that? What was that
So we
one
both
cat?
just gonna stay on our side.
Bro, what was that one
You do
cat
you, I
that
do
had
me.
the I got a bald head?
I got a ball.
yeah. I
Who
know-
was his nemesis?
I don't
The
know.
other big dude. That's what I think of
Yeah,
when
they-
you say
yeah,
that
they was-
shit.
big
Big ass dudes.
His name was Big Jude. I can't remember.
So basically, what I'm saying is, China wasn't that 40 years
No,
ago,
no.
but they worked super hard with
Boy,
technology,
you said
with innovation, and it starts with the youth because guess what? 20, 30 years from now, that's who's going to be driving. 30 years from now, all of us are going to be retired. I don't think U.S. All right, here's the problem. Here's the problem with the U.S. We're so divided, right?
Very divided.
You got black, white. You got Democrats, Republicans. China is China.
Well, they have no choice. It's communist.
It don't matter. But China's China. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we look,
So is Japan.
and when you're a Republican, don't talk to Democrat.
Yep.
You know, everyone's got family in here. If you say something crazy, you a Republican? You sound like a Republican. What's good? We gotta talk about this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but the difference is though, China's homogenous. They got one culture. You Chinese, you Chinese.
Yeah.
America, you got Black American, White American, Chinese American, Japanese American. They don't
It's
have
very
that.
diverse.
And because of that, I'm not saying I'm pro that, but they have a one kind of type of thinking. They don't have that. They don't have that disparity between races like we do. That's a disease we have that
And they follow
it helps us because we have more diversity, but at the same time it keeps us apart. Same things. It's easy to separate us.
clandestine. You know,
Yeah.
we got groups and clans within.
Completely.
Yeah.
It's like tribal. It's
Country.
tribalism.
Tribalism.
Well, yeah,
That's
tribalism.
exactly what it is.
It's a gift
And
and
they
a
don't
curse.
have that. They don't have
Yeah,
that.
it's a gift and a curse. I mean, because you know you have the land of the free, and you're gonna have immigrants come here. You can't circumvent that.
Right.
There's no way to go around that. China's not like that. They'll kick your ass out. When COVID popped off, remember they was saying, "Well, black people can't get COVID."
Black people,
Shit, they kick all black people out of China, bro. Like they just don't play around.
To be honest, I think you
They
got
don't
that
play around.
everywhere. I think you have the double standards and, you know, all of that in every society. I just don't, and I'm pretty sure every society thinks they're the best and the greatest. But I just don't like when we can't even have a conversation.
I don't know about that one. Now. You say you think every society thinks that they're the greatest?
If you
I
go
admit
to,
the major countries.
if you
I'm
go
angry
to
with
countries,
that.
I would say
yeah, Germans
Germans are very high. They're very
Germans,
prideful.
yeah, they don't look
Very
at Americans like, oh, you guys are here to.
No.
They're looking at you like, y'all still here?
For real. Yeah, they're very
You
prideful.
kind of think that way. That's
You
human
gotta
nature.
figure, man, like the euro and even the won is like more powerful than the dollar.
The pound, all of it.
It ebbs and flows, though. It ebbs and flows. But speaking of that, one thing we touched on is like immigration. I think the entrepreneurial side that comes with it. Most immigrants, man, they
come here.
They come in to start a
Kill
business.
it.
You know, they
Nah.
basically struggle,
No,
and then they own the corner store, and you know they run the shop. So you don't believe that?
No.
Where you say that?
No. It's true, but it's not true. They're allowed to do that.
They
You,
get
as an
benefits,
American
yeah.
black person, do not have the same opportunities as an immigrant coming from a different country.
Why not?
Okay, watch this. Because you're not afforded the same type of grants. Also, when they have special things in place for people from different countries, when you come over, you get this stipend. You get this. We have this allotted for you. So you're kind of put in a position to where you gotta fuck it up. You're put in a position to kind of, I'm not saying it's given to you, but you are sometimes put in a position to where you can win.
But do you think
within the system?
Okay, on the flip side,
And they're also, just real quick, they're also told when they come here, don't fuck with us. Look at the image that's being presented around the world of a black person, right? So we see what we see because they control the narrative. They control all the news. They control anything that you see. Anything that you see, they control. Whoever is in power. I'm not even talking about color thing.
No. I definitely, I don't even watch the news because they gotta, you know, they got that.
But anything you get, any kind of
They control the narrative.
It's all programming.
right.
Yeah.
They control the narrative.
They control it globally, though. So if all that you see from a black person is negative in some regard and is spewed out globally, now
That's
kind
what
of
they believe.
affects your perspective.
That is
Kid you
true.
not. I went to
So
Turkey.
now they
Yeah,
come to
yeah.
our country.
That is true.
And they look just like us. I gotta, man, bro, you might look like my cousin, bro. You look just like me, right? But you don't fuck with me. They told you not to fuck with me when you got here, and the image that you see around the world makes you be like, y'all in the land of milk and honey. Y'all ain't gonna make no. Y'all not gonna do nothing with this.
They think
So
we
I'm gonna
lazy.
come over here and I'm gonna do something with this, and I'm gonna look down on you.
They think we lazy.
Thank you.
They think we lazy.
But then we are though, in a sense. Like, two things can be true at the same
And I
time.
was just about to say on the flip side.
Come on,
we were
two
at the-
things can be true.
We were at the international
We've been
mall
conditioned that way.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Come on.
We walk by. there was this long ass line.
Louis Vuitton and Gucci.
Yeah.
We was like,
Oh, you know that's still
it was a bunch of black people in line. We like, we turned around, Gucci over the head, and we like,
right around the corner every day is like that.
Man.
all black people, all black people.
Now I have to ask why and how.
Status.
So here, I mean, granted, it's deep rooted, it's programming, and it's what Kanye say. They made us love their wealth and hate ourselves.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand.
Killing
But
quote.
but again,
Bars.
but again,
That's the old
it
Kanye.
comes to, and this is the reason
That
for
ain't
the,
this Kanye.
and this is for for why we had this podcast. We got to understand. A couple of you guys said in the last couple of hours, I don't want to work for nobody. Everyone's got those entrepreneurial. Even if you have that job, everyone's got side jobs because they want to build something bigger and call their own shots and wake up when they want to. And in the military, you work hard, but your supervisor's getting credit, your commander's getting credit. You work hard for you work hard for 12 years. You fail a PT test. You work hard for 12, 18 years.
Done, bro. Especially us. We enlisted.
I'm a civilian. I'm a
PT test, right?
PT.
So you gotta
Okay.
push up, sit up.
I know that life.
Push up, sit up.
And it's this time, it's a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
I need that.
So if you don't do enough push-ups, hey man, your career's on the line. Hey, sir, I've been in 14 years. Yeah, I'm sorry. Or
19 years.
yeah.
Don't give a fuck.
Or you get a DUI. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you done,
You
bro.
done. 18 years, 22 years.
Yeah, you done.
Hey, sorry, we gotta let you. I never been in trouble. I never even been late.
Don't matter.
I'm sorry. We got.
Like
So
you say, and that's on the enlisted side. It's a little different for y'all.
Well, we're more dispensable than officers. Let's
Right.
just keep it 100. We're a lot more dispensable.
just because of the investment and all the training, but
Well, I say,
Nigga, we got a lot
when
of
you get to
training.
that
What you talking
point-
about?
But I say when we get to that point, that time in that experience, we
but a lot of people just go with the flow. But y'all were like, nah, man, I want to work. For instance, hey, and I wake up when I want to wake up. If I want to go to the gym, I go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? And it gets to the point where, you know what? Let me put this time and resources and let me build something for me. What I was getting at is, from what I've seen, a lot of immigrants come over here with that already ingrained. And I think,
Yes.
and I
It is
think,
true. It is true.
and I think a lot
It's
of
true.
us who've been overseas seen, the projects in Chicago, the hoods that we have, compared
To them slums.
to real poverty,
Yeah.
doesn't compare.
Yeah.
I've been to Djibouti, Africa. They had freaking shacks built with shirts as the roof,
Yep.
and like tin metal. Real poverty.
Yeah. Same
There's
in
nothing
Afghanistan,
in the
bro.
states that
Yeah.
compares to real
In
poverty.
Afghanistan, they
So
got
have
mud homes. Like,
when they with no power.
No
so in
power.
Afghanistan,
Have
when
you seen
you
the wealthy part of Africa?
have I seen? Yeah, I've been in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Yep,
Very wealthy, right?
very wealthy.
Never show it.
No,
They
they
never
show it.
show
no,
it.
they're not gonna show
And-
it.
and they-
I only want to point out the other side.
They don't show it here. They don't show it here.
They don't show it. I know what he's saying.
What he's saying from his
Yeah,
own
yeah.
eyes.
Right, no, and that's the truth. But it's poverty around the world. It is.
But we
Different
don't
levels.
show-
But there's levels to poverty.
We don't show that.
There's levels to it. There's levels to it. We had these kids come in, right? They went into the ICU, and so I'm doing my patient rounds. I'm like, damn, what happened to these kids? I'm asking the doc, like, what happened to the kids? It was, I guess it started raining, and their house was built of mud. The door fell on the kid's head, right?
Because the house got this unsettled.
It just unsettled.
Got
So
loose.
the way the door was settled in the house, it just fell and hit him in the head. Actually watched this kid get his skull cut open and drilled so they could release the pressure, and I'm just like, that is crazy. And he looked malnourished. I think they said he was like 15. He looked like he was 10. Like, there's different levels to poverty. Now in America, we got some poor cities for sure. We got some
Nothing
very
like that.
poor, but we ain't impoverished to that level.
And then
You
for
know
the
what I
most
mean?
part, you can kind of almost guarantee. You may be eating government cheese, but for the most part, everyone's gonna
eat. You're not gonna die of starvation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't hear about that in the
You don't
States.
hear about it.
I'm not saying it doesn't
No,
happen.
but that's my thing.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to. I worked in
But-
foster care,
but-
like, for years.
But
You
we
see some
make do.
shit.
We make do, right? We make do.
Yeah, we do.
We make do.
We do. We're fortunate.
There are
We're
certain,
fortunate.
yeah,
We
very
are.
fortunate in
We're
that
fortunate.
case. I mean, don't get me
So-
wrong. It's hard to look and be like,
Yeah.
yo, it could always be worse. Well, motherfucker, I'm doing bad now. Like, it's always hard to look at it from the other side. But there are some countries where, yes, you may die of starvation. You ain't ate in 2 weeks.
And that's just
You know-
the experiences that we go through, you know, as you go around the countries, man, and then you come back and you hear certain people that haven't come out their city talking about, yeah, man, it's rough out here, man.
And they have opportunity. That's what
And there's opportunity.
they have
That's it.
opportunity.
There is some
Like if you have the
opportunity.
opportunity to go to school, better yourself, get a higher education, the opportunity is there.
I know, but let's be real.
It is
Even us,
perspective.
though. I said if I joined the military, I would not be traveling the world seeing things.
No,
No,
Because
you were exposed.
Yeah.
I would have never
Yeah.
known.
You said you have 2 baby mamas.
I would have.
But
I
you
know.
don't know what you don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Really?
Because it's exposure. When you from, if your dad wasn't around, if so and so locked up, if everyone you know got 2 baby mamas, you know they got a girlfriend and a wife on the side, they got kids everywhere, everyone.
You're probably gonna.
That's normalized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If everyone's doing drug, you know, in Chicago, you know, everyone's talking about gang violence and this, and talking with my boss, a white guy he was like, I grew up in rural poor Louisiana. We never did all that stuff. Like, but peep this: if you grew up in the projects of Chicago, your brother was murdered by, you know, the gang right here. Your dad's locked up. Your grandfather was the whatever this gang.
Right.
This is all you know. You 15. Every 15-year-old carry a gun.
Right.
Why would you be the only one not carrying a gun?
Yeah.
Right? And they always give that one example. Well, so and so made it.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? So and so's
15
in
other
the
of his
Yeah.
friends
Hey,
are dead.
Hey, so and so's a millionaire. So and so's in the NBA. Why don't you say anyone's in the NBA?
Exactly.
Because you're talking about
Exactly.
outliers, fool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Love pulling in the outliers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective, and where I was going to go back to is I believe immigrants have that perspective because they understand what poor is. So if they come back to the States and you like, I mean, yeah, this is a 600 square foot home, but when I turn on the lights, a couple of roaches run around, but I got lights.
I got ceiling, I got lights, I got water.
That's perspective.
Yeah.
It's
Clean,
perspective.
clean.
Has anybody ever talked to one of the foreigners that we're speaking of, Indian, Pakistani, Mexican, that own these stores and actually listen to their story? Because I talk to them.
yeah,
I do.
man.
But they lot of them own the liquor store, and I like to talk to them.
Try to get them discounts.
I'm just curious.
I
just want to know, like, I like to know people's culture.
How did you get to this point right now that I'm talking to
And a
you?
lot of them grind their asses
Yep.
off, because even though if you say they got grants and all that, they still work.
I agree. I'm not taking away
We
from
talking about
it.
Monday through Sunday.
But
they
they
there
were
when I go to
given
work.
something.
They home
though.
when I get home.
That's the thing. You can't just overlook that part.
Yeah,
If
but we
if
can
I'm
we
at
can
a
go and
starting
get, we
point,
got grants that we can get.
we can
like
get
that.
if we know about it.
Yes.
Information is a resource.
Yes, a resource.
So once you get it, you got to know what to do with it, apply
Right.
it.
Yeah.
But getting the information is also a very tall feat.
So they
It's
made-
hidden from us a
so
lot
they
of times.
made-
So I'm sorry.
So give me the information.
Me give you the
Give me
information.
the information.
As far as talk to me.
Getting grants or whatever.
Right.
If you ain't gonna give it to me,
Right.
I'm not gonna seek it.
Right.
Because
You don't know. You don't know.
But
You
no,
don't know.
but
You
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying that to say, I want somebody to, in the mindset of a lot of people, I want you to give it to me. It's out here for us. We got to go out and get it.
See, that's not this.
But-
This room won't struggle from that because you got entrepreneurs and
Exactly.
and so on. So we going for whatever.
Right.
We'll make it.
I get what you're
But
coming
Yeah,
I think
exactly
we're
what
the
you're saying.
outliers.
It's like-
I would think
it's
we
like
would be the
getting a
outliers.
job.
We're talking about everybody.
Yeah, we the
Yes.
outliers on
You
this.
see what I'm
See,
saying?
and I-
so
and-
we're talking about people. We're talking about in general. So I like where you're going with that because that is our conditioning. That goes back to slavery. We on the plantation. We're thinking we want something given to us when we have the numbers.
Do you think
we
that's
have
a-
the sheer numbers?
Do you think that's a valid excuse? It's
no,
never. It's not a
no,
valid excuse,
no,
especially
it's not.
now
It should be acknowledged.
when you have technology
Okay.
to every extent at the tip of your fingertips.
but we're still behind.
Just ask
in
the
that.
question.
We're
But-
still behind.
Just
in
I'm
that.
not gonna use that as the excuse, but like we talked about earlier with social media and them owning not just social media, TVs, everything. that stuff is made to suck
Pro-
us in.
yes.
Programming. Literally.
Distractions.
Yes.
I can go and watch people,
Distractions,
they'll watch TV for 8 hours, 9 hours
Yep.
a day and be like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I don't have no money.
Yep.
We just looked at a $400,000 car ride by.
Yeah.
You think he's sitting at home watching TV all
Yeah.
day?
For 8 hours.
He might.
Hey,
Now-
wait.
That's his third one.
Yeah.
He done had it since he was 16. What is you talking
No,
about?
but was it?
I
I
There could
think.
have been a brother in that.
could be.
But
That's all I'm saying.
I
You
think
don't
it's.
know a person's story.
I think it's Lamborghini. I
Don't
think
know.
it's Lamborghini or Ferrari. One of them said, "Why don't y'all post commercials?" And they said the people we're trying to reach don't watch TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our customers
When you seen a Louis Vuitton
don't
commercial?
watch TV.
You ain't never seen a Louis Vuitton
Well, I need a
commercial, but
Ferrari.
you see the line around the phone.
Because or Lamborghini. You talk about those hours. In my household right now, the TV might have got cut on this week for 8 hours. And that's a press. That's a push. Now ask me how many books.
Yo, but
Ask me how many books.
Yo,
you know what I'm
but-
saying? Like you gotta switch
but
it.
honestly-
man. switch that shit.
Honestly, who does the promoting for these high-end luxury items?
Us.
We do.
We do.
Yeah, I can't
We
afford
do.
them.
We want to look like we
We
have that
can't
lifestyle.
afford
Exactly.
A lot of people want to look rich rather than be
Right.
rich.
Yes.
It's a big difference.
It's a
You know what I mean?
big.
Don't know
It's a big
rich
difference.
and wealthy.
Yeah.
So the wealthy man doesn't look gaudy. He doesn't look extravagant. You see what I mean? Like the rich man who or you want to put on facade like you want to have the best of this, the name brand.
But
this,
but
the name
but
brand
I
that.
think it's so. For
I
instance,
think you just want nice stuff
so-
when
I'm
you're
gonna debate
wealthy.
with you on that
so
one.
so so
You
the-
disagree with me?
I disagree.
But
Yeah, I need that. I need
I
that.
disagree.
Well, I
Yeah,
think-
I need that.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So I believe. So I believe. Let's talk about the black man, right? I think
Okay.
back from slavery, ancient time, the black man. One thing, they took away our dignity. They took away our women. They sold us away. One thing they couldn't take is like our like swag, right? Like even back in slavery, white women, was still sneaking in. You know what I mean? So I feel that black men have that machismo because no matter, I get cursed out at, I get fired by the white man, I get pulled over. One thing I know, I got beautiful skin. The way my muscles look, you know what I mean? Women are always gonna be attracted to
The
me.
way I move.
The way
It's poetry.
Yeah, they can't take this away from me, so I'm gonna put it to the certain, to the highest level I can, and I'm gonna do things to make it even more flashier versus focusing on that stuff because
So that counts.
because that other stuff they could take away from me. But this right here, you know what I'm saying? My swag, my coolness, my toughness. You know what I'm saying? They can't take that away from me.
It's hard to
And I think it just builds and builds, from entertainment to the music we listen to even our athletes. It's like, got it, but the power of the mind. More importantly, forget the power of the mind, all of that, kind of like what you guys were talking about, the power of numbers. I think another thing that these immigrants do when they come over, they're
flock.
together.
Yes.
It will be 12 of them living, hustling.
You're saying a lot, bro, but you're saying a lot, but it's deeper than that. If you come from a place somewhere different, you have a culture, you have a
Yep.
heritage, you have something.
They have that connection.
Yes,
and
yes.
If you're in America, born in America,
They
you
strip-
should be.
they strip that from
Now
us.
hold on though. Watch this. I follow logic. I give what people give me. So if I'm from a different place, I'm born in this land, right? I'm a part of something. Even if I come to America, I'm still coming to make a better way for people who look like me and from my way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I get here, everybody finna get here now because
Yeah.
I got here, but I'm still thinking of this, my people, right?
Okay.
When I'm here in America, born in America, because I was born here, but my people are from Jamaica, but I was born here. When I'm born here, I have no identity. I'm supposed to be an American. Like, think about that.
You right.
This is my land. I was born here.
And you-
From definition, I'm an American. But as soon as I come out the womb, I got a qualifier. African American is what you label me? What does that mean? Because if I go to Africa, it's a continent,
Yep.
not a country.
And they're not going to accept you as
No.
one of them.
They definitely
Because the only image they see is what America puts out of a black person.
so that's a-
so why would I accept a person that do that dumb shit on TV?
So the real
Why?
so the real conversation is how back to the power of numbers. How do we transform everyone's minds that again, we're outliers, we're in here together, and this is why we're doing it. How do we get all of our people to get collectively? For instance, Black History Month, right? A lot of people saying, it's going away and they fight for Black history, blah blah blah. I think Black History Month is kind of redundant and it doesn't. I think
It's fucking shit to me, honestly.
I think every month we need to re-engage black issues. Every February, this is what we talked about last year. What progression have we made? You know what I'm saying? Get all of our leaders, political leaders, start learning about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, stuff your parents should be telling you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Stuff. It just goes on. And 1 March, we stop talking about it, and we're gonna wait till 1 February. I think I think it's to the point where we're so far from that.
Yeah.
We need to start talking about the issues and how to progress.
Yes.
And even the history only goes, starts at slavery
Yeah.
and ends at Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, think about that.
Yeah.
So
Every year.
Every year.
Every year, same material. They dusted off from the previous
Yep.
year, and the stuff we was learning about when we was kids.
It's a revolving wheel, right? It's like it's a revolving door. So you're on a treadmill. You running, but you ain't going nowhere. That's how I look at that shit. Like, granted, is our history important? Of course it is. But like Reese said, it's the progression. Like, where are we going? We know where we've been, right? Everybody knows where we've been.
No,
Not
everyone
everybody.
doesn't.
Now,
and then also, who's telling the story?
I was gonna say the same
Who's the
thing.
narrative.
Okay.
Your enemy is giving you your history.
Got it.
What?
But do we have the means? To get the truth out?
We do, because now we have black millionaires, we have black film producers, we have black
podcasts.
moguls.
Bruh, like we
got black
can't
moguls.
exactly like saying that if you don't know, you choose to be ignorant. That's how I look
I
at it.
don't believe that.
I
either.
don't. Yeah.
I just think information is too readily
So, for
available.
instance,
I can't go with that. I can't go
They
with that.
had laws.
For instance,
that told us
Kentucky,
not
right?
to read, bro.
I'm pretty sure there are pockets in Kentucky that they just don't. You go to the pockets in Kentucky right now. It probably feels like 1980. I forgot where I went to.
You can do that 20 minutes from there.
Right.
Yeah, you know, there's people with Jerry curls still. They dress. You just like, man, y'all about 30 years behind the. What's going on?
The
I
curl.
don't know about the Jerry curls. But
You look kind of juicy up there. I don't know.
Your shit is looking
I
like
know
what over there.
somebody still got the curve.
But when you look around, it's like, yo, this is like a time machine. And sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And yes, we pull up the latest iPhone. We turn on the Wi-Fi super fast. You know what I mean?
But we're gonna go to
Not
what we
ev-
know
not-
still.
yeah.
Even though it's there, we're gonna only search what we know. Google
Yeah.
gonna still pull up what you know.
So how do you change?
Yeah.
How do you change that mind?
That's-
that
that's
state of mind.
It's gonna take those that know and passing that information down.
Get the knowledge and bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back.
Like you said, the island is
Let me
us.
jump in, let
We
me
have
jump
to
in.
reach out to the other
Somebody
people.
told me if I'm the smartest person in this bunch,
You're in the wrong.
I need
Yep.
the wrong
I'm in the wrong.
Yep.
It's
Exactly.
I need to get out.
Yeah.
So I need to be.
sharp and still.
I need to be that less knowledgeable person in that group.
Exactly.
I'm
So
learning.
then I can go from you.
So I look at it the same.
Then I'm gonna be the smartest. Then I'm gone.
Yep.
Same way I look at it.
But
same
we
way
just
with
gotta
finance.
come to the point where we have to learn to share.
That's it.
If
Yeah.
we
Start with information.
That's it.
It's
Man.
simple. Watch this, watch
That
this.
irritates me, man. It makes me take a block,
He
a
on
concrete
point, he
block,
on
and
point.
want to bite through it.
Right.
You know, because so I also do screen printing and embroidery. Been doing it since 2002. Okay. Who taught me how to do this stuff? Not none of us. A white guy. A white lady. Now, if I ask you, if you an embroidery,
You're supposed to.
I'm gonna tell you this much. I ain't gonna tell you this much. Because now you a threat to me.
Competition.
Yeah, you a threat to me, and you're not gonna get the information. I'm not gonna share it to you because now you're gonna make more money than I do. Okay, so we just gotta learn to share the information, share the wealth. What Neo say? Neo, whatever his name. What did he say?
Davis?
I'm a force when we're together.
Ah, yeah, that's
What is-
that
what is
heat.
it? What is it?
I'm a fool. Hey,
But
listen,
we'll-
that is
so
that
we'll
gas
together
what he's talking
something.
about right now.
Yeah.
That
So
song is on
if
point.
you have
Yes.
a business and you Dave and Buster, take Dave and Buster. Dave and Buster, this guy had gaming on his mind.
Yep. And
Buster had restaurants on his mind.
Yep. They collaborated.
What did they do? Boom. Now they even Buster.
Mm-hmm.
Collaboration.
That's one thing about us, though. We got to learn how to share without expectation of return. A lot of us want to share or hype people up, but we expect something back.
Yeah.
Something. Either it's compensation monetarily or information or something back and forth.
The hookup.
The hookup. That's what we want. We always want a hookup.
Yeah.
We got to be able to share
Yeah.
and give people stuff without expecting anything back.
Yeah, I was there for you when you.
Exactly.
I bought your first
Remember
hamburger
this?
off your truck.
Yep.
You owe me.
Remember that time?
Remember that time? Yep.
That's it.
So real estate, right? Do you know how many people we talk to? Real estate invest in anything. Hey, instead of you buying this, you should invest. So what I'm getting at is, how do we get our people to be receptive of that message? Hey, I got something to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I got a message for you. I got this lesson. This will help not only you right now, but generations to come. Get out of that Gucci store line.
Why?
But they have to care too.
Why?
How do we get them there though?
If we would have said that to those people in that line last night, they wouldn't have cared.
They would have looked at us crazy.
Why do they need to get out the Gucci line? Tell me why.
They're
I'm curious.
So Gucci is a family. It is a family business. I think they're publicly owned right now. I'm not sure if they are.
Definitely are traded. They definitely are public.
But anyway, they started from a family, and every time you buy Gucci, you are building towards that. If they are publicly traded, invest in Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. I don't think they're public.
They're not public?
Yeah,
I
I know Louis Vuitton and
I
Hennessy
think
are.
Gucci is privately
Either way,
Okay.
either way, you're giving to another family.
Yes.
You know, all these logos, that's someone's name.
So is Walmart.
But you can make the case that they're
Walmart-
publicly
I
traded.
mean,
They're
Walmart-
public.
These are consumables. But
Yeah.
what does a $400 Gucci shirt do? There's 1,000 things, better things you could have done.
You can own Walmart
So,
shares.
but now watch this.
You
Now
can
watch
own
this.
Walmart shares.
I also now let me say this first of all, because I know people listening. I agree with what you're saying, but I can always see a different side of things. So if you're telling me that it's incorrect, I gotta understand why it's incorrect. So your perspective says that me spending $400 on a T-shirt is not worth it. But if I have disposable income and I can spend $400 on a T-shirt, maybe buy 10 of them without blinking, I can do that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
What's the percentage of those people in that line that you would think has that disposable income?
Do you own your
that are already invested?
Do you own your house? Do you have a car note? Is your kids' education good to go when when they turn 18?
You have a laundry list of
You know
why.
what I'm saying?
I had to say the question a little bit. See what I'm saying? Why?
if you
Tell
lose
the people why.
If you lose your job right now, are you good to go for the next 6 months?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 3 times your income type stuff. I know
Exactly.
what you're saying.
What's disposable income? Because everyone's balling. When you swipe that card, do you pay it off every month? You know what I'm saying? Disposable income is no kidding. I have money making money, and I'm taking that money and buying I'm basically using my assets to fund my liabilities. That's disposable income.
Right.
That's disposable income. And it goes back to the programming and marketing. They know who to market it to.
Yes.
They know who's consuming it. They could care less if you can afford it or not. There's a difference between being eligible to buy something and being able to afford to buy something.
Yeah, the car that just drove by that everybody likes.
Yeah.
You can buy it if you got the money to buy it. Can you afford it? Can you afford just the maintenance?
Yeah.
Can you
Period.
afford it?
Can you
If
put
you-
upkeep
if-
on this car?
if you
Can
lose your
do that?
job,
Can you
can
put
you
oil
still
change
run
on this car?
See, and I think
Part-time job just to do all change.
and I think it goes back. And I think it goes back to. I think it goes back to time. Those people that are in that line at that store, they're thinking about the present. I'm wearing that shirt this weekend, popping bottles, getting home.
Impressing everybody.
They're not thinking 5, 10, 20 years down the road what that $400 could do for them if they put it in Google or Tesla. You know what I mean? A Tesla stock. What would that 400 look like? Bitcoin.
Yeah.
4, 5, 10, 20 years from now. What does that look
I'll make
like?
it even more simple. You just put it in a savings account. You know what I'm
You'll
saying?
make more money in a savings account than buying that Gucci shirt.
You just let the money sit, then get a account, and each season Gucci changes its style.
Our culture, black culture, I think one thing that we need to get out of the mindset of is like staying in the present. Yes, you want to be in the present,
but you have to plan for the future.
We was talking about China and them thinking decades and centuries ahead. You know what I'm saying? Man, all right, I'm about to drop a bomb. You know what I think changed all that? Integration. When we went away from segregation. When we was segregated and we had the black communities, the black families, the black business owners, all we said was stuff needs to be fair. You know what I'm saying? We pay our tax dollar. All them resources need to be put back in our communities. Y'all need to leave us alone. Y'all need to not come and burn stuff up and rip us out of our slavery's ended. We just need to be treated equal. And they said, let's merge it all together and then still find the ways in the system to tear it apart. I believe segregation, 50s, 60s, we was headed down that path. Black teachers, you know what I mean? Black hospitals, and then when we integrated it all
went away.
It all went away. And now it's the big picture that we're really not a part of. Because now it's like, no, we're all one team. But why these resources, why is our poverty level higher? Why is our police brutality higher? Why is our health issues higher than everyone else?
What y'all think on that?
That's a slippery slope.
That's
Never thought
interesting.
about that.
That's interesting.
Now, if you think about it, go back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street.
Right.
Black
We
Wall
were
Street.
all in there progressing. And the reason it broke down wasn't because, they started burning stuff down. Yeah, that was the physical part of it. But we started spending our money in other towns.
Elsewhere.
When they allowed us to spend our money down in the predominantly white town, we did it. We took our dollars from your shoe store, and I went to Connor's shoe store and bought his stuff. So that was self-induced. And then the jealousy started happening, and the whole thing happened. But the first brick was us deciding to spend our money where we weren't allowed to. So when they said, guess what? Now you can spend your money down here, we're going to allow you to do that. We jumped at it. Like, oh, now our money's worth what they would think it's worth for. We took what they thought was more important, and we took our money out of our own mouths to go do what we thought was better. It's the same thing with Gucci comparison. That we see Gucci as such a pinnacle, as it, that's what they're owning this. It's expensive. It's luxury. That's what I want. We don't find that same value in FUBU's old thing. We don't find the same value in FUBU. You say FUBU, you see Gucci, completely different brand.
Oh, you get made fun of. You wear FUBU.
Yeah, FUBU's that brand. What is that? But that's something we own. We own that, but we don't see it as much as valuable. We see Gucci because it's unattainable.
Yeah.
So
they have that.
I keep hearing you using the word Gucci. Y'all saying Gucci. I would like to replace that word with white. I would just say that we like things that white people have. We've always liked that. Gucci is a white brand, whether it's Italian or whatever the case may be. All these brands that we talk about are white
I've seen a white
brands.
person with a Gucci all
You might not see it because, and you're not going to see that because they're not going to wear the one that got all the G's and all the stuff on it, or the brand. Like, we wear it for brand logo. We want to have a logo so people can see we're wearing it. I can wear a Gucci shirt that no one would ever know is Gucci, and I paid $700 for it. It don't have no label on it.
Who made the shit cool? We did. We made the shit cool.
We talked about capitalism. Y'all talked about how this country is like. That's a commodity. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna. Just because you made it cool, I see that. I'm gonna package that. I'm gonna sell that to the world.
Exactly.
And who makes money off the coolness?
Gucci.
They do.
So what are we bragging about?
That's my.
If we're bragging about
you.
I make it cool.
I'm agreeing
That's
with you.
dumb because you ain't making no money off of it.
I am agreeing with
I
you.
will
That's
say,
dumb.
well, Jay-Z has pinpointed that out and said, hey, Cristal, sales have went up so and so %. Cristal's like, so? We don't even want y'all drinking it. Jay-Z's like, cool, you know what? I'll make my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Timberland. You know what I'm
Adidas.
saying? Timberland. We probably the biggest, your boys in New York.
Y'all motherfuckers in New York.
Hey, Timberland, that's not.
I don't know how that got popular with
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but guess what? I know we just interviewed a black boot maker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just all of it. But I think the moguls are starting, Puffy, 50 calls to rock.
They
Puffy,
can't do it,
Puffy
though.
juice.
Bro, you
Hey,
get Jay-Z, anybody, they cannot
Tyler
do
Perry,
certain
Tyler
things.
Perry don't got his hands tied.
Why?
No.
Okay.
But you want to
He's
know
probably
why?
the only one.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's the imagery. He don't show black men in the best light.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Tyler Perry definitely
Why?
showed black men in
No,
the
hold
best
on.
light.
You brought him up. Why doesn't he have his hands tied?
Look, Tyler Perry.
Would you like to be Tyler Perry?
A good minute.
No.
For the money. Anybody in this room right now, for the money, all the money, all the accolades, would you like to be? That's my point. That's why his hands are not tied.
No, he has ownership of everything.
Yes.
But-
Now, do you want
But the
ownership?
image.
You want it?
I think his.
What would you do for it?
Right.
Would you dress
I
up
see
like
what
an
you
old
said.
What would you do
man?
for it?
Nah, I feel you on that one.
But
That's all I ask.
a little deeper than that one though.
Who's back in hip hop?
We
The same community.
Jews and gays and gay Jews.
So-
that's who is in
Oh,
Hollywood.
you're talking about who's signing them?
That's Hollywood.
That's who is in the hip hop
that's where the
industry.
money is.
That's who
Yeah,
controls
big
it
time.
at the top.
It's only
So when
like
you
three-
see
it's only like three people.
when you
Three
see a Dre who
businesses
has
that sign
1
all
point
of
something billion, or you see a Puffy who has all this and all this
Sign
stuff,
check.
Jay-Z who had whose name is on the check?
Yeah,
So-
the big check.
so what-
Even if they own
Because
their
that
own
means that if
record
I can afford to pay you that, they're
Still
getting
fall on
crumbs.
somebody.
So what point do we hold
They're
them
getting
accountable
crumbs.
and say it ain't about the check? It's about progressing our
It's
people.
on them whenever they feel like they can risk losing that.
This
Or
my last
it's
thing.
not
I'ma shut
it's
up.
not on the
Stay
consumer
focused on
to
the
not.
problem.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not on the consumer?
They're doing it because that's what we
buy
want
it,
to
we eat
hear.
it up.
We keep
We love
eating
it.
it up. We
We-
buying it up.
So we
and that's what
listen,
we want to hear.
and then at that point we listen to the music. Or we riding off the beat.
The beat got words to it. You take
Yeah,
what?
but
so-
the beat is what's hitting us in our soul. It's making us want to vibe to
I
it.
don't care that's about the lyrics.
We can take
Right.
the lyrics
Yeah.
out. And what's
I
what's
know
good.
you.
No, I feel you.
Because
I
if you put
feel
an
you.
instrumental on it, won't be.
Hey, what's
There's
the
Nah, there's certain songs I got.
what's the best
Just
what's
an
the best
instrumental?
beat out? What's the beat you love
nobody
that
on
you
there
bounce
speaking
to
at
the
all?
club?
You're gonna need it.
Beatbox
You're gonna
right now.
need it.
All right, beatbox that song go hard. If that song was about Lil Nas X was on that song, talk about giving head. You was
Like
saying
giving head.
yeah, giving head to a dude, and he's talking about the devil, and he's talking about all
I said
that.
I ride with
What-
the beat,
but
but
what-
I
would
don't
you-
ride with that beat.
Oh, so now the lyrics matter. Get the hell out of here.
Come on, the lyrics do matter, bro. The lyrics do matter, bro.
They matter.
Like-
and you can't go
Like,
all
no,
the
like
way
you
to
think
the
about,
extreme.
you think
Oh,
bro, I never said the lyrics don't matter. The lyrics matter to me.
He said, "Oh, nah."
Oh, now the lyrics matter.
Why you couldn't say something positive? You had to go.
Now lyrics matter. Now
Bruh.
you don't want to listen to it.
You
Okay.
okay if I take photos?
Come on, the lyrics do fucking matter, man. Like that. Come on, man. There's a lot of songs that they got a dope beat, but you ain't gonna just listen to the beat. Like, yo, I need
Okay.
I need the
All right.
lyric. Meek Mill,
Well, he
dream,
made a point. He made a point.
dream.
It was a dream
What is it?
point.
Dream of nightmares,
Yeah.
bruh. Come on, Meek Mill, dream of
Hold on, wait a
nightmares, bruh.
minute.
Come
Y'all
on,
thought I
man.
was
The
finished?
beat is fire,
Right.
but Meek, like, bodied that
Well, 'cause he
joint.
got energy.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
it ain't the same without him on that.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I
get that,
mean?
yeah,
So.
yeah.
So what I was getting at is we just can't put it. We can't put everything on the white man and they control it and this
No,
and
no,
that
I
and they
don't
sign the
give
checks.
them that much
When
credit.
we consume it.
I disagree. And I'm not saying put everything on the white man. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can't
What I'm
do that
saying is
straight.
I look at power dynamic. Who's in power?
How do we get the power?
That's the question.
Okay. So if you want to ask,
Ownership.
if you want to ask how we get the power, I get that. I think you're skipping a step if you're not going to address who's in power. I think that is delusional. You have to address who's in power in order to get the power.
Everyone knows who's in power.
So
No, everyone doesn't, and then we also don't want to admit who's in power. That's an uncomfortable conversation.
So you think even at Puff's level, where he's at right now,
Hands still tied.
He
He just talked about that maybe 2 months ago.
Everyone
Bro,
kind of
the richest black
Yeah.
person. Think about the richest black person that you could think of. And they're billionaires. Think just anybody in your mind. You don't have to say it out loud. Just think of them.
Derrick Jackson.
That's fine. Whoever you want to throw out. I can guarantee you,
Derrick
when
Jackson.
you talk about billionaires, they're a very small percentage.
oh
Correct.
yeah.
So who's
Yeah.
in power? If y'all want to talk about money is the power, then whose face is on the money? It's their system, bro. Like so I what I say is acknowledge it so that we can now devise a plan to actually do something about it. If you don't ever say who's in power, it's like the boogeyman in the room or something. It's like it's interesting to me how we talk about us as black men, how we once were great, but if these people are a small population on this planet, Because if y'all travel,
Well, we the global majority. Right?
we are the global majority population-wise. How have they tricked us to think that we are a minority of people and we have to ask them for everything when it comes to resources, economics, law, just anything, anything in life. So if that's the case, you have to acknowledge it so we can move forward. If you don't acknowledge it, I think you will never progress.
I think it's safe to say everyone in this room understands that. Mm-hmm. So then it's like being the 5%er. All right, so you have the information, you know it. Now that you know, everyone that knows is responsible for changing it and progressing it. It's simple as that.
Yes, sir.
So all right.
That's why I'm here.
All right, so let's go around the room and
we going around the room.
Yeah, let's go around the room and basically, you just give whatever you working on and where they can find you. You know, we kind of did it at the beginning, but just wrap it up. What you want the people to know about you, or anything, any nuggets you want to give.
Did you make that shirt? That's the question I wanted to ask you, because I mean, you said screen print. Did you make that shirt? Yeah, fresh. Yeah.
That's why I invited
squirrel.
That's why I invited him.
Is that a
silk? Energy,
is that silk?
I heard him. I heard him. I've been doing this for a while. I'm seasoned, so I'm like, let me check him out. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You got the box matching the polo.
You feel me? Lightweight though, lightweight. We lightweight over here. I like that. I just had to get it.
All right, Martinez, what you got, man? What you want the people to know?
Okay. It's basically what we was just talking about over there. Man, y'all go somewhere else for a little bit, and then I'll get my thoughts.
All right, cool.
Because I'm all over the place.
All right, so it was, basically this is just a promo, right?
Whatever.
Oh, I ain't had
Anything. Kind of wrap it up.
So the way we
Drop a little nugget.
usually end it, we try to give the audience like a nugget, like,
Something
hey,
tangible.
this is what we talked about today. This is what you should try to leave.
The
with.
importance of owning real estate, the importance of
And you can tie it back to what you do. You know what I
leaving the
mean?
military or being an entrepreneur, the importance of whatever you want to lead to the people.
Yeah.
All right, I would just say, just for the military, especially for the guys and women who are retiring the last 5 years, like Reese was talking about earlier, try to get out of that mindset that I'm going to retire from the military and I'm still going to work on the base. What we're trying to get you to see is there's other opportunities outside the base for income. You don't have to retire and go work for somebody else. Your end goal should be retire and work for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
My thing is, so I've been doing the embroidery business since 2002. I was stationed in Pennsylvania, and I just came out with my logo, and I took it to a guy, and he told me, he says, I will never, black guy, I will never put this in my store. What professional ball player or what famous person do you have backing your logo? I said, nobody. He said, man, get out of here. And this is a true story. I said, okay, fine. And I've been doing this since 2002. Okay. Yeah, I have my clothesline. I have a clothesline out off the hook. Okay. Did it go anywhere? No. I mean, it went somewhere, but it didn't go as far as I wanted it to go. For obvious reasons, various reasons rather. But my thing is, if you have a dream or a desire to be an entrepreneur, I equate this as walking. Okay, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. That left foot is your dream, and left foot can go as far as anywhere you want to go. But making it happen is making that right foot go forward. A lot of people have that right foot in a concrete block. Just don't know where to pick up that hammer to bust it to make it right foot go forward. People talk about failure all the time. Are you afraid to fail, or are you afraid to succeed? A lot of people are afraid to succeed, believe it or not.
I believe it.
A lot of people are afraid to succeed.
I see.
So, but before I'm new here to Tampa. I have a cigar company, Off the Hook cigar company, and I also have a mobile lounge. We do golf tournaments, bachelor parties, events, any kind of events. We teamed up with the Tampa Bay Alumni Association for the NFL. So we do parties with them. And hell, we just did a baby shower.
Okay.
I pulled up. Now the baby showers are co-ed. So the guys be sitting around while the girls doing them little pinup doll, whatever the hell they doing.
Whatever the hell they be doing. That bullshit the women be doing.
So I pulled up the lounge and the guys, came out and started sitting, started smoking. But www off the hook, OFFDAHOOK.com.
Oh man.
Have you ever been to a baby shower? That bullshit pin up, pin on the donkey. Blue balloon, pink balloon, bullshit.
I mean, I'm old school like you. I'm just gonna be probably this might divide the room. How about that? This comes because what you just said with baby showers. I'm still under the belief that men should not go to baby showers.
That's what he said. We're gonna be outside smoking cigarettes.
Yes, I'm still under that belief.
Hey, another reason why I hit up off the hook. Another reason to hit up off the hook.
Not at all.
What you got, Jason?
But yeah, I just got a little nugget, just get better each day. Even if you're starting from scratch, whatever you decide to do, just get a little bit better each day. A little bit's better than nothing. And whatever craft you're working on, like he alluded to, just that even if it's baby steps, just work at it. You know what I mean? And you'll get to where you're going eventually. Set a goal and work from there.
Yep. All right, I go. So, Martinez making shots photography. Everybody always asks me where I started from. There's a story behind that. I won't go into that story, but what I will say is, don't think that anything happens overnight. Like Kim said, he started in 2002 with his brand. I started in 2009. People look at where I'm at now with my brand, they were like, oh, this is great. But my vision is way bigger than this. Like he said, Kim just said, that left foot, my left foot it's out there. I don't even know where it's at. But my right foot is not planted at all. Right foot, I'm doing a split. We rolling.
hey, but
roller skates.
You're not standing still though.
Not at all. That's what I'm saying. We rolling. I don't never know what's gonna happen. When I say I'm a power networker, that might be the next brand. I came with that on the fly, but it's true. Because I don't go in a room without connecting everybody I know that's positive.
Cool, right?
We witnessed it last night.
That's what
y'all witnessed it last night. I can never turn off. Yeah. I don't know how to have a good time and not work, no matter what the environment is. Everybody's partying, clubbing. I'm in the club looking for clients, networking, saying, oh, that bottle costs $2,200. I need to get over close to that circle so I can see who are purchasing this bottle. If I can at least drop a card on them to see what's going on. I'm the same way with cars, everything. And it's not so much about the money. I want to get their network too. I think the wealth is in the network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good tag, man.
And what you got, brother?
Yes, sir. Okay. Lord Snooty 33. Y'all look me up. I'm on Instagram. I have a podcast. Something like a therapist, man. Smoking with, blow a lot of good greenery. But I will say this. I'll leave y'all with a little message. How about cut Wi-Fi off? Open a book. Okay?
Listen to the podcast. Let's get the Wi-Fi.
Sometimes you need to unplug.
After you listen.
After you, of course.
After you listen.
After you listen. But I mean, we're at the end, so hopefully they're hearing this at the end. You know what I'm saying? I do think that we need to detach a little bit sometimes, so unplug, you know what I'm saying? Disconnect from that Wi-Fi, open up a book. Reading is way more important than watching television.
It is.
Like straight up. So that's why I leave y'all with,
What should they read?
Come to your own understanding, man. Like read for understanding. When you are reading, find topics that you're into, that are going to keep you engaged. Find places that you enjoy reading at. Switch up your environment
For
when you are
someone
reading.
who doesn't like to read or interested in reading, don't know, what's the first book you think they should read?
First book?
Yep.
No,
See,
I think you just hit it.
I would.
Find something that
You're interested in, bro. Cause see, I'm interested in a lot of. See, I'm a firm believer of learning a little bit about everything. So, shit, that brown shirt you got on with the leather strap, I might want to know about that. So I'm finna find out that maker.
I think that's maroon.
No, that's brown.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? but I might want to though. I might want to. So I'm finna figure that out. So it's just what you're interested in, man. And then that'll spark, and then you will. It's like a springboard, kind of plateau you into other things. So you just gotta start. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, well, dope pod. Appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate all you brothers coming and sharing y'all experience and knowledge, and great conversation. And make sure y'all like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace. Thanks for coming through. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content. Also, ensure that you like us on IG. And also, you can listen to the audio version on all streaming formats like Apple and Spotify.